that the rodents love fatty solutions. And then we characterized the receptor in the taste papillae. It was shown as CD36, we gave a name. But we thought when you eat fatty food, a cheeseburger or hamburger, you continue eating. And what we observed that this protein is very less after eating food. And under fasting situation, early in the morning, when you get up, but at 11:30, at midday, or in the evening, the protein is very high. So when you try to masticate some fatty food, you say, it is delicious. This is CD36. And you eat pakodi, you say, delicious. This is CD36. But when I say you want more, if you insist, give me some more. No, you want more. I don't insist. I just ask you, you want more. So there should be another molecule. In this case, we characterize another protein, GPR120. So these two molecules exert two actions, complementary effects to regulate eating behavior. The first is involved in the detection. Yes, cheeseburger is good, pakodi is good. But you want more, this is GPR120. After some time you say, no, I don't want any more. This protein triggers satiation. So what happens? What we've shown that, it should be like this. CD36 communicates with brain, brain to intestine, and intestine releases anorectic peptides and satiety is triggered. It happens every day in the life. As I said, you are on the table, and I say somebody is going to serve you a very good biryani, and biryani is getting delayed, and again delayed. You say, I feel stomachache. It's because brain is prepared, and brain is secreting these peptides. And that's the reason when you give some food to somebody, the person says, it is delicious. You eat more and more. These receptors send the message to the brain again. But what happens in obese subjects? We worked in different countries. In Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, France, Czech Republic, even in India, Coimbatore, on obese subjects. And we have shown very clearly, categorically, that obese subjects have less sensitivity to fat. Obese subjects, they eat mouthful. Why? Because they have less receptors, less sensitivity. So in order to get a pleasure of food, they eat mouthful. The more high mouthful is this, the higher will be fat intake, and you will become obese. Obesity is worsened. This is very important because we are living in a world where we have a number of calories. We take our children to McDonald's or Pizza Hut. Don't take your children to that. I don't take my children to McDonald's. Because this is a fat that triggers addiction. And fat addiction is the same addiction as it is for drug, video games, or for any alcohol. Because it's the same system, then brain reward areas activity, and it communicates with the intestine. But we observed in obese subjects in these countries that there was less receptor in the tongue. Less receptor means less message on the taste, means less communication with intestine, means less secretion of anorectic peptides, and less control by the brain. The lesser is the control by the brain over food, the higher you will eat. Again, obesity will increase. So what should we do? This I showed you very simply, but it's a work since last 15 years. What can we do? I was always thinking, and my professor used to tell me the man should be in between of the research. We should do some applied research. We should give some benefit to human beings. I thought that we can activate these receptors in the tongue before eating food. Then high activation means high message to the brain. The higher is the message, the higher will be the anorectic peptides, and higher will be controlled. So our technology is concerned deep tech concept. Means innovation, rupture, innovative technology. What I'm telling you does not exist. You go on website, Google, and you see it does not exist. Because what the people are doing these days, they do dieting. I did dieting. I lost 10 kilos. But it doesn't work. Because it's very complicated. Just to simplify, our brain keeps the memory when we are obese. You lose weight, you do dieting, then you start eating again normal food, because during dieting you are restricted to a one food. But after dieting you eat what you want. The brain says, hey, you used to have X number of calories, continue eating. Then you become more obese. Obesity is going exponentially. I will show you and will continue. So we synthesize a number of molecules, around 14 molecules. We have submitted 2 patents in the innovation category in Europe and in USA. And these molecules, by binding to taste receptors, decrease fatty food intake only in obese animals, not in thin animals. For example, if a girl wants to be slim and thin, she wants to use this kind of strategy, it won't work. It will work only if the person is obese, because receptors are down-regulated. Receptors are less sensitive. So what we are doing, not very big thing. We are just upregulating receptors, reactivating receptors. Because obesity is one of the biggest problems of 21st century. We have 800 million of subjects in the world who are clinically obese. They need a surgical treatment or a drug treatment. We have 1.9 billion of subjects in the world who are overweight or obese. 1 person out of 10 in the world is obese. And every second, a person becomes obese. It's going exponentially and it will continue. Why? Because we are living a world where we have a lot of fat. And it's a fashion. It's a pleasure, of course. But we love it. Genetically we love it. Because the gene we talked about, CD36, CPR120, they are well conserved from Drosophila, from a domestic fly, to rats, rodents, gerbils, up to human beings. So, what the people do now? They go for individual coaching. This is very expensive. All people cannot go for individual coaching. It means they go for dieting. Usually we propose high protein diet. High protein diet is bad for health. Because the higher is the protein intake, the higher will be ammonia production, higher will be uric acid production, higher will be the excretion of uric acid. And again there will be liver load, because some amino acids, I don't want to talk about science, they are recycled to the liver. And that's the reason an obese has a steatotic liver. So this is very difficult to follow and very expensive. Second is surgery. Again, very expensive, and only of the people who suffer from morbid obesity. Third is drug. We used to, I don't think in India, but we use orlistat. It is a lipase inhibitor. but you cannot take for long time. Because these inhibitors will decrease the absorption of vitamins, lipid-soluble vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin E, not bad for health. And they will block intestinal absorption. So they are not good. So what we propose, our molecules, you can use a spray in the pocket. You are invited for a dinner. A dinner is full of fat. If you have an African friend, they prepare saka, full of palm oil, red colored food. Very delicious, I will tell you. Don't make angry your friend. Accept his invitation. Just before eating, one shot of spray, receptor activated, you will eat, you will say, oh, it is delicious. You will not refuse the food. You will not have the sense of culpability. Oh, I'm obese, I'm eating it. No. Because some obese, they eat, they go home back, and they vomit. It's a negative sense. It happens. No, you enjoy it. But with this spray, you will have early satiation. You will feel stomach fullness. No, not anymore. So, for this we have founded a small startup called Ekta. Ekta in Hindi, if you know, yes, unity among people. And I put H for human beings, all the humankind. It's a solution for all humankind, not for one community. And we are proposing new nutritional solutions, new strategies, and to eat, because we need nutrition. We need food, we need calories, we need proteins, we need lipids. So you eat what you want, but you will eat in the limited way. We propose it should be around 30 rupees, one shot, 30 to 40 rupees. 4 cures are sufficient in a month. We published some work with Australian colleague, and if you do some dieting for 8 weeks, receptors go up. And again, you don't need this kind of drug. So this is a permanent solution and very convenient. No need for dieting, no consultation with doctors, and don't waste your money. There is no toxic effect, no genotoxicity of these molecules according to OECD guidelines. No cytotoxicity, no carcinogenic property, no endocrine perturbator property like bisphenol S. They are safe. Because grass is generally recognized as safe molecules. We are now in contact with FDA. So because we are pinpointing 3 markets. One market in India, second will be in Middle East, and third will be USA, of course Europe, because we live in Europe. So Ekta is composed of these 4 founders. Xavier Badavizi, who is the CEO, he spent 14 years in Vietnam from Danone. You know, Danone company is well known all over the world. He was a marketing development manager for Danone, 14 years. 5 years in Saudi Arabia. He's a man of convincing. I'm a scientist. But if you discuss with him, he will convince you in 10 minutes. He talks he knows what are the guts of a business manager. And he knows, he made all the business plan and business model. And myself as well, and Amira and Aziz, we are the co-founders of the society. We have 3 shareholders. This is French government company, because in France government helps. If you have a good project, government is with you. They want to create, and the creativity. They help people if you're really innovative. You say for the first time, this going in the TV. I went on TV, FR3 in France, and they say yes, because it's a question of the country and the prestige of our society. So they have got their partners, shareholders, Mohammed Nabil Midani from Saudi Arabia. And Pierre de Charlotte, he is a medical doctor, nutritionist in the hospital. He works with the obese subjects. This work was recognized by National Academy of Medicine, and I was awarded. I got a prize. And there are some journals. I was highlighted in national and international newspapers. And if you have any question, I'm at your disposal.
When you got this